everyone, and this is my 21st monthly ownership update video on my Astra. So first thing is first, the car has 146,172 kilometers on the clock so far. Next thing you need to know is the car, as always, is going perfectly. However, there has been one development. I believe it was my last monthly ownership update video. I mentioned that the speakers on that side of the car there were rattling. Well, the good news is they're fixed, and I managed to do that by doing nothing. That's the great thing about these cars from General Motors. They just seem to fix their own problems, because that is what happened. It was rattling for a while, and then it was about last week or maybe a week and a half ago when I was just listening to music and I noticed there's no rattle, and I was like, how did that happen? So I don't know, the car must have fixed itself, or I don't know what has happened, but I had the radio on. I actually turned up the sound and I was messing through all the sound settings to bass, and that's a lot of bikers. Sorry, I got distracted. But yeah, I was going through the bass, I was going through everything on the audio settings, and there's absolutely no rattle coming from that side whatsoever, and the sound quality is perfect, as I shall now demonstrate.
All next week, listen up for our
Let's listen up.
track of the day, and you could win 2 weekend tickets thanks to the Coca-Cola VIP Lounge at Longitude.
Now, a single rattle coming from that side of the car, so I don't know, the Astra has fixed itself, I guess. I wonder if we can do anything about its broken mud flap. Maybe I'll come out to the car someday and some magic fairies will fix my mud flap, because I haven't got around to it yet. But anyway, other than that, the car is running perfect as always. I do need to get around to washing it, so I do. I've been quite busy lately. I haven't had much of a chance to wash it. But anyway, the other thing you may have noticed is I've got a new microphone. Now, I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but it's a little clip-on microphone here. I've actually forgotten the name of it. I'll caption it on the screen here. And it cost me about €14 or thereabouts. The last external microphone I had was a Sony one, and it was working great for a while, but then after a while it just stopped recording, and so there was just a lot of rattling going on, and it was very unpleasant, as you guys may have seen during some of my test drives and my reviews. But this new one is absolutely perfect. I was testing it out, the sound quality is brilliant, and I was actually out reviewing a 2014 Audi A6 Allroad recently, and I watched back the test drive footage from it, and the sound was perfect. So I'm actually going to pull over in just a moment, and I'm going to show you this microphone, and also I'm going to show you guys the new Canon PowerShot camera I bought for photographs. So I'm just going to pull over here in a few minutes, and I'll talk more about these things. Okay, so this is the microphone itself. And as you can see, it's got a little sock over it, so wind noise shouldn't be a problem. I just found out it's a Movo GM100 lavalier. It cost me about €14 or thereabouts. It's a pretty nice little mic, and as you can see, there's just an extra bit here. So those two plug in, and then this piece here plugs into the side of the GoPro. And I also got this extension. I've actually had this for a while, so just in case I need to, you know, add a little bit of length to the wire. But yeah, I just plug it in here, and then I try to keep the wire as far off to the side as possible so the GoPro wide-angle lens doesn't pick it up. And thankfully, during the Audi A6 review, it didn't. Other things I actually bought, apart from the camera, which I'm going to show you guys in just a moment, I've actually got a brand new GoPro mount. Now, this one has a bigger base here as well. And the last one I had, I noticed it was starting to, you know, split and crack in places where these nuts tighten in. So that's probably my fault, maybe I over-tightened them, I'm not sure. But this one is absolutely brilliant. I don't have the nuts as tight. One problem I have with my reviews and test drives in the past is there used to be a lot of flex, like the camera would move around a lot like that, and you would see that very clearly on my test drives. This one is perfect though, because as you can see, no flex in this whatsoever. It has a very good stable image, no rattling at all, and that plus the new Movo microphone, which is excellent. I'm just going to plug it back in, means that the GoPro footage now is excellent. I have perfect audio, and there's no rattling or shaking from that camera whatsoever. So moving on to the camera I bought. Now, first off, I'm going to start off by showing you the old one, and here it is. So it's a Canon, this old one, sorry, it's called a Canon PowerShot AS200 HD. Now, when I bought this about 5 years ago, it cost me about 80 something euro, I think something like 88 or 85, and this was the very first camera I actually done a review with. I remember watching back the old videos, and My god, compared to my modern day reviews, the quality is shit for videos. But in fairness, for taking photographs, it is a pretty good camera. I'm going to keep it around. But yeah, that's what I used to have. So I'm just going to leave that aside, and this is the new one. So this here cost me €133, but I also bought an optional case and a 16GB memory card. So the total price came out to about $174. Now, I know absolutely nothing really about cameras, so I'm going to list all the specifications to this in the description box below. I'm actually just going to post a link to Canon's website, and you can see all the specs and details of this. But it's called a Canon S6610HS. It's just written there. Has 18 times optical zoom, very good quality. 1080 pixel high definition, much bigger screen than my old AS200, and it's very good for photographs. Now, I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, I probably didn't mention it that much, but I work with a couple of dealerships. I work with Heron Auto here in Donegal Town, and recently I started working with McGinley Motors in Letterkenny, and I usually photograph the cars and do their adverts that you would normally see online. So I just decided to upgrade the camera. And this is excellent. It's a very good camera indeed. There's a lot of features and functions in it. Like as I said, I don't know my cameras that well, so everything will be listed in the link in the description box. But things I can tell you about, it's got rubber grips. It's got one located right here, and just another one right there. So very nice to hold on to with them rubber grips. Finished in red, obviously my favorite color, and it's also got a pop-up flash here as well. You just pull down on that wee lever on the side there, then you just put the flash away. It's a really nice little camera. It's got a bit more weight to it than the old AS200 because it's got a metal construction, whereas the AS200 had plastic. And it's a little bit bigger as well, but it's a lovely camera. As I said, the camera itself was €133, but plus the case and the 16GB memory card, which is located in here. It set me back by $174 all in. So there's the memory card itself. It's a little tiny one sitting inside this main slot, and the battery life is very good as well. That's one thing I was going to talk about. In the old AS200, I always found that the battery life was pretty good, and it's the same story with this as well. So yeah, a couple of new updates anyway for me. New camera, new microphone, new GoPro mount. So hopefully my review and test drive footage now will be of much higher quality. So we're just going to cut back to some driving footage, and we'll talk more about what's been happening. Okay, so to elaborate more on the efforts I'm doing for dealerships, as I said, recently I started with McGinley Motors a couple of weeks ago, and I've never actually shown you guys around our dealership. I might get around to doing that someday, but they sell Land Rovers, Volvo, Mazda and Peugeot. Now, I've done reviews with them before, of course I have. I've reviewed the MX-5, I reviewed the new Range Rover there a few weeks ago, and I've actually been invited to do a lot of reviews and test drives of a lot of their cars, and I'm going to do it, of course. I mean, there's a lot to get through. I think one of my next reviews will be of the Volvo V40, and I'll also be doing the Land Rover Discovery Sport. Now, that RDA6 Allroad that I've reviewed, that is already on YouTube along with my review of the Kia Sportage. However, they're not currently live because they're on a scheduled list. So the way I'm doing this is from now on, what I'm going to try and do is get my reviews to upload every Monday. So my next upload now will be the Sportage, and that will be live on Monday at 10 AM here in Europe. And then the week after will be the RDA6. So they're all going to be live at 10 AM GMT time. So yeah, Kia Sportage is next, and the RDA6 Allroad. Basically, I thought the A6 was a really nice car, but as you'll see in the review, I can't really understand why anybody would buy the Allroad over a normal Avant. But yeah, there's a lot to do with McGinley Motors. I have a ton of cars there I need to review. Volvos, a bit of everything, to be honest with you. I can't remember the last time we reviewed a Peugeot, so that's something I need to get around to doing as well. Other car reviews, well, I still have a few cars after my laptop now to upload. I must have been falling behind because some of them are from November and December of 2015. So I uploaded the current generation of the Toyota Avensis, which is a 2015 model, when I reviewed it recently. It was last Monday, and I'm going to have the new Auris uploaded next week. Or no, sorry, not next week, but the third week, the week after the RDA6 Allroad. So there's a lot more reviews to come, and speaking of which, actually, I found out recently that there is a Mercedes dealership opening in Sligo, hopefully towards the end of the year, which is great news because we have no Mercedes dealerships anywhere near Donegal. The closest one I think is, I don't know, Cavan or Leitrim or something like that, I can't remember, but it's quite far away, much further away than I would like to drive, to be honest. So finding out that there's a Mercedes place opening in Sligo now is great. I got to get down there as soon as I can and arrange to do reviews. Hopefully they'll allow me to. I've never been turned away from a dealership yet, but I would love to get the new C-Class and S-Class and the SLK and just about everything that they have in stock reviewed as soon as I can. So yeah, I think I'm almost done this update video. As I said, there's going to be a lot of reviews coming on McGinley Motors now, especially since I've been invited to do test drives as well. So hopefully I'm going to get the Volvo V40 done next, and I'm also going to be doing the Volvo XC90, and I've been invited up to do, or not do a review, but I've been invited up to the launch of the new S90 Saloon, the big luxurious car replacing the S80. So can't wait to be there for that launch video. I'll try and get some footage, and then when the car actually goes on sale, hopefully I'll be able to do a detailed in-depth review and test drive. But for now guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.